Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about the public expenditure and government deficit. In this video, I am going to discuss about the budget. The budget of 2024, ways and means, advances, trends and fiscal deficit of India, Finance Commission and different kinds of imbalances. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the very first topic, which is the budget. The Union Budget of India, also referred to as the Annual Financial Statement in the Article number 112 of Constitution of India, is the annual budget of the Republic of India set by the Ministry of Finance for the following financial year, with the revenues to be gathered by the Department of Revenue to identify planned government spending and expected government revenue and the expenditures gathered by the Department of Expenditure of the public sector, to forecast the economic conditions in the compliance with the government policy. The government present it on the first day of February so that it can be materialized before the beginning of new financial year. Now let us have a glance for the budget of 2024, which means to be comes from and rupees goes to. We can have the different categories in the revenue, that is the borrowing and the other liabilities, which is 28%, income tax, which is 19%, GST and other taxes, which is 18%, corporate tax, which is 17%, non-tax receipt 7%, union excise duty 5%, customs 4%, and non-debt capital receipt for 1%. Now let us have the next one, which is where the rupee goes. The first is interest payment 20%, states share of taxes and duties 20%, central sector schemes 16%, centrally sponsored scheme 8%, finance commission and the other transfers 8%, defense is 8%, subsidies 6%, pensions 4%, and other expenditure is to 9%. Now let us understand the next topic, which is ways and means advances. Both union and state government can borrow from the RBI for the short term. Within 1 year, the payment is done. This is a short term borrow, so this do not lead to deficit or can say monetizing. It is the mechanism used by the RBI under its credit policy to provide to states banking with it to help them tide over temporary mismatches in the cash flow of their receipts and payments. This is guided under the Section 17 Clause B of RBI Act 1934 and are repayable in each case not later than 3 months from the date of making of advance. Now let us go to the next topic, which is the trends of fiscal deficit in India. For the current financial year, the government estimates the fiscal deficit of 5.1% of the GDP, or rupees 16,85,495 crore. According to the Fiscal Responsibility, the Budget Management FRBM Act, the government plans to achieve a fiscal deficit of 4.5% in the 2025 to 2026. Now let us understand why the fiscal deficit high in India. There are various reasons for it, such as the government spending on subsidies, social welfare programs, infrastructure development, defense expenditure, and interest payment on the previous borrowings. If we are going to read the survey, what was the fiscal deficit in India, we can have the understanding the growth was very declining growth. From the year 2011-12 it was 5.9, 12-13 it was 4.9, 13-14 it was 4.5, 14-15 it was 4.1, 15-16 3.9, to 16-17 it was 3.5, 17 and 18 it was 3.5, 2018-19 it was 3.4. Till that time it was declining continuously, but in the year 2019-20 it increased to 4.6, and in the year 2020 and 21 due to the COVID it raised to 9.2. 2021-22 it was 6.7, 22-23 it was 6.4, 23-24 it is 5.8, and 24-25, which is the current year, it is 5.1. And for the next financial year it is the goal for 4.5%. Now let us understand the next topic, which is a debt to GDP ratio. The debt to GDP ratio is the metric that compares a country's public debt to its gross domestic product. GDP, it reliably indicates a country's ability to pay back its debt by the comparing what country owes with what it produces. Now we can understand there are two parts. First is the center and the other is state. Right now for the center it is 57%, 57.1%, whereas for states it's 27.6%. Totally accumulated, which now it is known as a general government, and it is 84.7% for the year 23-24. But according to the FRBM Act Review Committee chaired by Mr. N.K. Singh, the ideal debt to GDP ratio for India for general government is 60% in the following manner. Like for center it should be 40%, and for state it is 20%. It is accumulated as 60%. But right now it is 84.57%. Now let us discuss about the Finance Commission. The Finance Commission play a crucial role in shaping the fiscal federalism and development trajectory of the India. They make recommendations on how to distribute the financial resources between the union and the states, as well as among the states for a period of 5 years. The Finance Commissions also provide guidance and advice on various issues related to public finance, governance and development, such as fiscal consolidation, debt management, local bodies, disaster relief, health, education, justice delivery, statistical system, etc. Finance commissions have made significant contributions to enhance the fiscal autonomy, equity and efficiency of the union and the state governments, as well as promoting cooperative and competitive federalism in the country. However, they also face several challenges and limitations in fulfilling their mandate, especially the vertical and the horizontal imbalance. Now let us understand what is the vertical and the horizontal imbalance. The vertical imbalance is the center is more powerful regarding the fiscal capacity as compared to the state. We all know that the collection of revenue is always for the center. Center is getting the more part. Next is the horizontal imbalance. There is the interstate differences regarding the fiscal capacity, though the constitution does not create these differences. Means there is the states, those are having the different kind of imbalances, and this is known as the horizontal imbalances due to the economic development. Now how does the Finance Commission ensure the removal of these imbalances? Now for vertical imbalance, first suggestion is to suggest a share of states in the central taxes. Secondly, to suggest the grants under the article number 275. These grants are called as the statutory grants or the non-planned revenue grants. Next is the horizontal imbalance. First suggestion is to suggest the formula through which less developed states should get more share in the divisible pool, and secondly, to suggest the state specific grants under the overall statutory grants. By this I am concluding my video. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.